Good morning, this is Marius from Brisbane, Australia. A very warm welcome to you wherever you are in the world. This is a quick Bitcoin and crypto update for our members all around the world. Please keep this information extremely private. I'm going to show you what is happening with cryptos. I'm going to go through Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Digibyte XRP. I'm going to finish with BNB. First, let's have a look at the Bitcoin 30-day cycle here. If you may recall that we had this yellow channel here, this downwards channel, Bitcoin came right there to the top there of $14,000. And if you look at this pattern here, you're going to look at this A point that came down here. And remember, this is the bullish flag pattern that we had in previous videos. I'm going to go through this really quickly. I hope you watched the previous video so we don't have to reiterate what we said about a week ago. So in this point here, the flag pattern formed an A leg, a B leg up there, a C leg down here. And at this point here, we said that we are going to have a breakout here into this level, breaking that channel, and that we could potentially go to $10,500. Bitcoin has hit that target. Remember what we said, unexpected, catapult. It's going to catapult upwards, and it did that. What we expect now is to head into this point here, which is point E. Expect a bit of a drop down to point E. Now remember this, let's have a look at this flag pattern. I'm going to show you what we see in our algorithm data. This is the flag pole, and this is what we call just the general flag pattern. When a flag pattern breaks out, just in terms of technical analysis, you can literally take that high point there, and if you move that high point here to the breakout phase, where it's going to break out approximately about there. If we look at E, let's assume that Bitcoin will come down to about 8,100, 8,200, around about that level, a few $100 here or there. But we do see a drop in Bitcoin and all of alts over the next 3 or 4 days. Then we are going to have a big break upwards. The next level is between 15 and 16,000, possibly by the end of October going into November. Okay, now that you have this information, remember, let's quickly go through this again here. Remember that I said that every month in Bitcoin, remember this now, look at these blue arrows. I'm going to show you that. Look very carefully. Remember that this was a down month. The month of July was a down month. August, an up month. Look at that arrow. From that low point, it went up. The next month, which is September, was a down month. October is an up month. Remember, we put that arrow in there, and we said that the market is expected to go from there upwards to there. November, again, will be a down month. We are going to come down to this level here of E. That's a great buying opportunity if you want to buy some Bitcoin. And from that level there of about 8,000 Bitcoin, we expect Bitcoin to jump up to 15 to 16,000. At this high point here, we expect Bitcoin, guys, to come down again back into this level. We don't exactly know how low, but the point is that it is going to come down. It's going to go sideways, and then we're going to have a breakout here that will eventually take Bitcoin to 19,666. At this point here is where altcoins are going to start to outperform Bitcoin. Not necessarily now. Some altcoins will, like for example Litecoin, XRP. There's a few coins that will outperform Bitcoin. But if you hold Bitcoin, that's great. Hold it till you see that spike. We're going to go and have a look at Litecoin. You will see that Litecoin came down here. We had this bearish pennant. And remember, everybody in the world was saying that Litecoin is going to go and break down. We came out and say, no, we see in our algorithm data a bit of a drop, and we saw 2 drops. Now there's a third drop that is brewing, and I'm going to show you that now. That is actually forming there right as I make this video. The market came all the way down here. We had that catapult event, the unexpected event, and you're gonna see another unexpected event. That unexpected event is going to break all these indicators. It will be a once in a lifetime event, because when we break all these indicators, Litecoin is most likely going to go into this green box, box C. The points to watch is this one here, $80 there for Litecoin. Once we break the Python Y-axis, we're going to go higher. Once we break $91, it could potentially stop here at 107. Once we break the $91, we could go to 107 and it could go up as high as 119. Now we are going to have a look at Bitcoin and Litecoin. I'm saying that Bitcoin should hit between 15 and 16, and I'm also saying that Litecoin should hit between 107 and 119. Once those two indicators start moving upwards, and you saw yesterday, you saw that Litecoin started moving first. I've always said that Litecoin is the main indicator to watch. Suddenly Litecoin moved and suddenly everything else moved. Bitcoin moved upwards and then Bitcoin spiked a little bit higher than Litecoin. We could see that again, guys, when we head into 15 or 16,000, that Litecoin will move first and then Bitcoin will suddenly come because the money will be pouring into Bitcoin from all around the world and it will push Bitcoin up. That is a point to limit your exposure on cryptos between 15 and 16, especially in Bitcoin. And then at this green box, when you land in that green box, I'm assuming that we will, because to break all these indicators is literally impossible for Litecoin to do. But as I say, if this happens, it's going to be a once in a lifetime event. Nobody else in the world is seeing this. Nobody else can fathom that Litecoin can break all these indicators. I'm only showing you what I see in my algorithm data. It's unique. On the long-term trends, the algorithm data is very correct. Look at this, guys. We predicted this low here of $50. Go back to blog post number 100. At this high point, we said that the market is going to go downwards and is going to hit that point there. Have a look at your blog post 100. Read that again and come back and you'll understand how to read our charts a little bit better. Let's go to the 4-hour chart here. Just quickly, we see the market going up here we then see a drop back. Remember the same with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to drop back again, but we see a drop back just above this line here. Let's quickly go to Litecoin. I'm going to show you what I see short term. Now remember, this is not day trading. I'm quickly going to show you and then I'm going to make a comment about day trading. What I do see short term in the next 2 days and 16 hours, and you can see that we're almost half a day in this move. At this point here is that the market is potentially going to drop down to $53. We are then going to have an uptrend which will take about between 20 and 24 hours. This will be a very nice strong uptrend, not as strong as this, but still a strong move upwards in all of cryptos. Litecoin will do it first. Then guys, remember here I said this is the second and last flash drop. Just yesterday, my algorithm flashed warning signs and it showed me that there's going to be another flash drop here. This is a flash drop that nobody else in the world is seeing. I'm mentioning this to you because if you want to buy Litecoin at a low price, you can come there and buy it at a low price. After this drop here, when we see that flash drop, which can happen in about 24 hours, around about the end of the month going into November, somewhere there, we're going to see a very strong move upwards, a slight pullback, and then you have that big breakout. I'm expecting that breakout could happen about 31 October, even 1 or 2 November. Let's have a look at the dates here. If you look at 31 October, 31 October is Thursday. Now remember, Thursday is always a bit of a drop, American time. And then Friday, exactly what happened this Friday and this Saturday where the market moved upwards a week later. We could potentially have that strong move in November where we head upwards. Now remember what I said, let's go back to this one here. Remember what I said, November. November is going to be a down month. We're going to spike upwards and potentially come down here and stay down in November. You've got an opportunity now to farm for extra cryptos. Take the opportunity to make some money. Limit your exposure on the top by selling a certain percentage. You don't need to sell everything. When it comes down, and if it comes down, you buy back on the bottom and you get extra coins. What you want to do, you want to increase your coin value. If you've got 100 Litecoin, you want to make it 200. Forget about the dollar value. The dollar value is going to take care of itself. If your portfolio in terms of value is only worth, let's say, $20,000, forget about it, guys. You want to increase your crypto holdings. Because when the market starts moving, and it is going to move, you are going to see an exponential growth in your portfolio. But the more coins you have, the more money you're going to make. Way back into October next year, Bitcoin we expect is going to be very close to $80,000 or $90,000. Litecoin and altcoins will be way higher. Use this opportunity to farm. Just my comment with regard to day trading. Do not use this now for day trading. The best that you can do is hold. We are going to go sideways downwards. We are going to break out. This breakout is that big break that I'm talking about. Let's go back to Litecoin, where we could potentially make this 85, even up to about 110, 114% gain. Remember, that is that big spike. And you can see here that the market is actually coming down here. Let's go back to the 4-hour chart. Let's just zoom in there. You can see here that we should be going downwards over a period of time. Follow that orange line. That orange line is going to come down, and we're going to be stopped by this red line here, which is about $53. That's a great entry point as well if you want to do day trading. Now remember, sometimes these patterns short-term don't play out 100% because you don't really know where that low is. You don't really know where that high point is. The best thing that you can do is to use this to buy extra Litecoin. I have literally sold here at about $64. I've sold 30% of my Litecoin, and I'm planning to buy it back here, and I'm planning to buy some back here, because what comes next is a big breakout. Remember this, guys, there's a big breakout. Now remember this pattern here, we said that these two fractals are the same. This, believe it or not, is actually a bearish indicator. The market should have dropped down here. See there where it stabbed through these two lines and it attempted to break down, but there was strength in the market where the market broke out upwards. This is another fractal where we should have broken down exactly like that. Essence, we should have broken down a lot further, and we did not. These two are bearish indicators. But look at this now. What has happened in Litecoin? And remember, Litecoin is the main indicator that we are following. Look at this blue line that I'm drawing there. Just for those people that are technical inclined. Now look at this. This is actually forming, you will probably see what I'm looking at here. This blue line is a falling wedge. What happens in a falling wedge? You have a big bounce. Okay, and let me try and draw this. See, you've got a downtrend there, you've got an uptrend there, you've got a downtrend there, uptrend there, a downtrend there, and a breakout. This breakout normally goes up there. It's going to come down, test that, it's going to go back up, and then it's going to come and test this, and most likely go right down to that point. And once we bounce off this level here, it's going to make a big bounce. So this price target that I am expecting, according to my algorithm data, is a low point. Exactly where that red line is a low point of about $52. Do not be surprised if we come down and touch this low point here of $49. That will just be a drop and a bounce, and we're going to head upwards. Now you are going to see that technical analysts, when we drop down to that level there, are going to call for the annihilation of cryptos, because all cryptos are going to drop. And they're going to say, we warned you. Remember what I said, guys, this is a fake breakout. Okay, unexpected catapult, fake breakout. What is this one going to be? Fake breakout. Catapult, unexpected fake breakout. The big break in cryptos is yet to come. This move here is one big move. The next move is going to be a big move as well. You haven't seen yet what is going to happen here. The next move here, I'm going to show you when we get there what's going to happen there. Keep a look at these videos, because if my data is correct, you are going to make insane money. $50,000, in my opinion, could turn into about $7.2 million by the end of this cycle. Immediately think about this now. If you have 50,000 and you buy Bitcoin, and let's say, for example, you buy 5 Bitcoin because they are $10,000 each, more or less. By the mid of the cycle next year, October, 5 Bitcoin is going to be, 1 Bitcoin is going to be close to 90,000. Those 5 Bitcoin is going to be 450,000 US dollars. This is life-changing money for you by just investing 50,000 US dollars. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying go and sell your house or borrow money and put this in the market. Be smart about this, guys. This is not a kindergarten. You need to study the videos. If you don't know what to do, get me on a Zoom call with minimum 10 other people, and I will help you to understand the charts. Is I'm making a heck of a lot of money. If you follow what I do, you should make the same. Get me on a Zoom call, more than happy. As I say, minimum 10 people. I'll help you to understand the charts and I'll work you through the process. Anyway, let's get into Ethereum. We are now about 15 minutes. Exactly the same. Expect a bit of a drop backwards here to round about this level of about maybe 170, maybe not that low, but the point is we are going to have a pullback. Then I expect a 100% return here for Ethereum into this blue box. What will stop it is this level here of 326. But do not be surprised if we only get to about 280. The point is Ethereum is moving up. The first coin that is going to show the big signs of a breakout, of the 1000% breakout, is going to be Ethereum. It's not showing it yet, but it is coming. What you need to understand in the entire crypto world is that the entire market has just been delayed. Everything is moving a lot slower. And there's one reason, guys. That one reason is to get you out of cryptos, because you see the fear, there's emotional distraught, there's anxiety and depression. Don't fall into those categories of having depression, fear, anxiety. Everything is good in the crypto world, but they, the powers that be, want you to believe that cryptocurrencies is dead, and it's not. What we see in our data is an underlying bullish pattern forming. It's forming very, very slow. So if you have patience, you are going to make a heck of a lot of money. Let's quickly get into Bitcoin Cash. And I'm going to show you here with Bitcoin Cash. We believe that Bitcoin Cash could easily get into this level here of $480 short term. Remember short term. Remember we had that unexpected breakout here. It broke out there. It's now forming just above that MS52. When this 22 MAE, that brown line, when that brown line crosses this green line, and I'm going to show you what happens in what is happening in Digibyte as well as XRP, then that becomes a very bullish scenario. But I do expect that we can have a bit of a drop and then a catapult unexpected breakout upwards into this block here, which could give you approximately about 140% gains. My target is 482. Don't be disappointed. Don't be disappointed if we only hit 325. To find the high point for Bitcoin Cash, we're going to have a look and see where Litecoin and Bitcoin stops. Wherever they stop, that is where Bitcoin Cash will stop as well. Look what happened yesterday. Whenever Bitcoin stopped and whenever Litecoin stopped, the market started pulling back and Bitcoin Cash was exactly the same. But I do expect that we could easily perhaps head into this level here, around about 480. So keep that in mind. Let's have a look at Digibyte. Digibyte is perfect. Remember that we said there's going to be a second buy opportunity when we broke out here, and we said that we see the markets coming down. We are now inside this buy area here. This is an area where you can buy. Now we expect Digibyte to break down a little bit, probably here about 0.06. You could see that price. Now you can either buy Digibyte there or wait. Remember what I always said months ago. Of the top 5 cryptos, Digibyte is going to break out last. You're going to find Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. You're going to see XRP move. XRP is like a wild horse. It can move anytime. We're going to get into XRP shortly. Then Digibyte is the last coin to spike upwards. You can easily invest your money in XRP. When the spike happens in about 21 to 28 days, that spike will be complete and you're going to make a lot of money in XRP. You sell out of XRP a certain position and you then move it into Digibyte. And we'll get into that over the weekly webinars. Just my apologies that I didn't do a webinar this week. I just had an issue with my voice and doctor's orders, keep quiet. I think I'm talking too much. But guys, I love cryptocurrencies and I love our members all around the world. You are the best in the cryptocurrency industry. I love you. And we're going to do these webinars and we're going to ramp it up. And as I say, I'm also going to do Zoom meetings. If you've got 10, preferably a lot more guys, 10 or 20 people. If you've got a group of people, contact me. We'll do a quick 10, 20, 30 minute Zoom meeting. We're going to get you on track. We're going to make you money like you can't believe. Okay, let's get into DigiByte. So we expect DigiByte to drop down here, great buying opportunity, and I do expect it to break out probably about 44%. But where is the height or the high point for DigiByte? By now you should know the answer. The answer is we are going to have a look at Litecoin. Wherever Litecoin goes, if Litecoin goes up to 107 and it stops and you see that pullback, and I will warn you as well, I'll send a message out and say I am now selling. Okay, wherever that high point is, and remember what I said, that the high point for Bitcoin is between 15 and 16,000. It's a wild call, guys. It's a wild call. I'm just telling you, this is what I see in my data. The data points to a big spike, a second big spike. But remember, this is not a big breakout. This is the fake breakout. Now, are you going to be disappointed if we only get to 14,000? Don't be disappointed. But I see big upside. You have to have a look at Bitcoin and Litecoin for the high point. If Bitcoin comes to a certain point and stops, you may see that Litecoin will push through higher. In that case, you know that Bitcoin is going to follow Litecoin. They're going to be like two little buddies. One goes up, the other one stops. Then Bitcoin goes up and the other one stops till they eventually hit a high point, then stop and pull back. When they pull back, all altcoins are going to pull back. That's a great point to exit the markets and take some profits. Remember this. So let's go back to XRP. Long-term XRP looks very good. You really want to get into this. What has happened here? Look at this, guys. Can you see this MS52 here and look at the 22 MAE? We are looking at the green line there and the brown line there. That crossover there is the buy signal. You should be in XRP now. Remember, I bought here, right down there. That is when I came out and sent it out on Telegram and said, buy here, buy, buy, buy. It could potentially come back, maybe enter back into this box here again. I doubt, but it could. But if it comes back, buy, because you will never, ever see a lot of these good prices ever again. How far could XRP go up? We have a look at Bitcoin. We have a look at Litecoin, the height of those. Now let's go back and have a look at the overall market for BNB. Remember what I said, that BNB is the indicator for the cryptocurrency world. It's actually an indicator for Litecoin as well. Let's have a look here. Remember that I said that this purple line here, which is the Python axis, the Python Y axis, as long as BNB holds above that, then all of crypto world is good. There's no problem. Now, substantially what has happened is that it's held up very well. Let me make that a little bit bigger and we're going to have a look at that. Can you see here that we broke down here and it touched this line here, the Python Y axis, and immediately it bumped up upwards. Now look what's happening here. Can you see that that one there, the 22 MAE, is about to cross the MS52? That on the day chart now, that is going to make it an extremely bullish buy signal. Let me go back to XRP. Have a look at the MS52 and the 22 MAE. Can you see that has already crossed? So BNB is simply just following XRP. This is a buy signal. So BNB is becoming a buy signal as well. How high can BNB jump? You know the answer. We are going to have a look at the height for Litecoin. We're going to have a look at the height for Bitcoin simultaneously. As Litecoin goes up, Bitcoin will go up. As Bitcoin goes up, Litecoin will go up. If Bitcoin drops, Litecoin may go up. So it's going to follow like pair for pair. Anyway, let's go back to Bitcoin here, just to reiterate. We do see a pullback here into this point E. Here around about 29 to 30 October is going to go back upwards. Eventually it's going to drop into this E, and then we see a big move upwards. How high can that go? Again, guys, we don't know exactly the high point. That's why we are using Litecoin and Bitcoin. What I can tell you, if you look at Litecoin, is that Litecoin looks like it's going to break this point here, the $80, the $91, and the 107. And then it's going to land in this green box. This is what we call the heartbeat. This heartbeat is eventually going to take the cryptocurrency world to thousands of percentages of gains. Okay, there are 5 coins that we have identified that is going to make insane gains. Those coins are Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Digibyte, and XRP. Now, here is a word of advice. If you think that Litecoin is not moving, don't be disappointed. I get so many people that email me and say, but Litecoin is not moving. What is happening with Litecoin? Guys, you just need to be patient. I simply hold Litecoin and I just simply wait. And bang, you have a spike like yesterday and the market moves and it goes from $50 right through to $65, a $15 difference. You sell on the high, you come back and you buy in the bottom. Exactly what I did. My honest opinion is, fear, anxiety, depression. You were not born with any of those. Why do you have fear, anxiety, and depression? Remove it from your mind, remove it from your thought process. You are positive. You are going to make it in the cryptocurrency world. The market, according to me, looks really good. I know that analysts all around the world are calling for the cryptocurrency market to be destroyed. They see all sorts of stuff, a head and shoulders forming in Bitcoin and all sorts of crazy stuff. Although this may be true, and you can see here that analysts are saying here that this is that is your left side, that's your head, something like that, and that's your right side. And then what should happen is that the market simply should drop around about there to about $2,000. We see that too. That's okay. But guys, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Remember the words unexpected. Remember the words catapult. And remember what I said. I think I had it here in, where was it? Anyway, let's use this one as an example. Remember what I said, guys, is that we are going to have 3 massive spikes. That is your one tremor upwards. Another tremor there. And I'm not going to show yet what happens, but just trust me, this thing is going to look eventually something like that. And have a look at these videos because I'm going to show you something extraordinary. Remember what I said, the timeline has just expanded. Things are moving very slow. The reason is they want to get you out of cryptos. When you have sold your cryptos and you're no longer in the cryptocurrency world, the market is going to spike. I'm asking you just to be patient. Patience is going to make you a heck of a lot of money, guys. So on that note, please go through this video again. Have a look at what I explained here. One of the big changes just quickly is that we see that Bitcoin could potentially, and remember I say potentially, guys, that it could potentially spike into $15,000 or $16,000 before the end of October, going into perhaps November 1 or 2. Now let's have a look and see if it's going to happen. If we get to that high point, wherever that high point is, we are going to have a drop downwards, a bit of a sideways action, and then a breakout. The same with Litecoin. Let's go back to Litecoin again. Let me just remove that again. I really want you to understand that, because some people sometimes just don't understand all the intricacies. And remember, study this information. What I'm saying with Litecoin is that Litecoin is going to have a downtrend here, and then it's going to spike upwards and break all these indicators. That is truly going to be a once in a lifetime event. It will never ever happen again. And I call this event Catapult Unexpected. Unexpected Catapult. Guys, on that good note, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's about 30 minutes long. Sorry for the long video. I try to make it short, but I look forward seeing you on the next webinar where we are going to discuss things in more detail. You can come on, you can ask questions, and make sure that you get your webinar subscription. Make sure that you know how to access the webinars. They are done every Friday. People are finding it hugely beneficial. On that good note, have a great weekend. And this is Marius Landman here from Brisbane, Australia. Have a blessed weekend. Thank you.